items will be as our runners take off.
Here we go.
Oh, the fire rod!
Fire rod out the gate. That's gonna... Well, I mean, that's a weapon. As soon as I can get some magic.
Well, there's some magic over in the hidden passage, and I assume Zebra Unicorn's making a beeline for it. Also going to set up the poultry here.
Yep. With any... I guess I'm going to hazard a guess and say he's looking for bombs. Yeah. Trying to get to that early 10 bombs.
At 20 rupees, that is a really good find. It's 60 right there. Meanwhile, over at Uncle, we have the lamp!
And lamp on Uncle. Fire sources abound.
Yes. Our racers are a little bit desynced, but I'm sure our reasoner will fix that in a little bit. And we got a save quit from Kia.
Zebra doing the same. Now the sanctuary check.
It's just a heart piece. Nothing major. And Zebra is save and quitting again. Interesting. Looks like they might be...
Kia's heading over towards the west.
No, this is obviously a lumberjack check at this point. Yeah, going up this way is no surprise.
Early information is key.
Yes, and speaking of which, Zebra Unicorn gonna grind some bombs here. Gets one. Didn't quite see what the crab had. And wow, the guard trap going off. And that looks like a heart piece on the lumberjack cave. Aghanim is at least not required for that, but there are a couple more instances.
Mm-hmm.
The most important of which being Dark World access. And with that lamp, they are a sword and a cape away from having to fight him. Or being able to, rather.
Yep.
Just another heart piece and mushroom, and we're getting a race game check. And that's a full heart container. I would consider that, actually.
There's blue mail. So that's safety. If not going for the heart container, though. What's in library?
Just 50 rubies. But yeah, the heart container is technically not required, and while it would help them, they can find plenty more later on.
Of course. Although it's good to see there's a lot of safety items out of the way early.
Yes, blue mail will help with survivability on Kia's part.
Looks like back of the bar is just another heart container, or piece of one.
Yes. And Kia is not wasting any time heading straight into Blind's house. Meanwhile, Zebra Unicorn can use this bomb shed here. Use one bomb and you get 4 more bombs from each of the corner pots, along with 5 arrows from the top center one.
20 rupees for Kia, 50 rupees.
The magic cape! Uh-oh!
Cape!
Uh-oh! I am now legitimately worried for this seed, because we are now a sword away from having to fight Aghanim 1. And with that fire rod, it makes it short work of those ball and chain guards along the way.
Oh, yes. However, Kia did not have a bomb, so could not check the last spot. Yes. Only a heart container from Bottle Vendor.
Yes, but that heart container is something they would need. Mm-hmm. And 300 rupees from the chicken house, so all the purchases in town are pretty well founded right now. And I am also almost forgetting the Moon Pearl. They also need that for Dark World access, although Pyramid could have their Moon Pearl.
Oh, that would be trolly as can be.
Yes. So, Aghanim is definitely lurking on the back of their minds. And, our tracker is deafened, unfortunately, so he did not hear me say that there is a magic cape. We have the silvers, though, in the well.
Silver's in the well. Oh, well, this This is starting to look a bit like a speed seed.
Yes, indeed.
Question is, when are they going to find the ability to actually deal damage reliably?
That's a good question. We're going to see the back of the Blind's house here in a little bit.
Yep.
Kia about to pick up their silver arrows. And there's the magic cape on Zebra's end.
Just another heart piece.
Actually, it just moves this tracker kind of awkward. Ah, there it is.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
There's the cave. Alright, so it was marked.
Alright, and there's Kia checking that back end, having to double dip into the hut.
It was only a piece of heart, but having 5 hearts at this point is with the blue mail is pretty okay.
Yep, and having the peace of mind of having not forgotten something.
Nope. And Zebra is gonna get another heart piece here, I believe. No, wait, that's the blue mail. Never mind.
Yep, that's where blue mail was. Alright. And then Kia's gonna find the 50 rupees in the library.
And we can see the love bug is actually something really okay. It's ammunition. Now,
with silvers already being accessed as soon as they get the bow, that's very good.
Well, I would have definitely farmed a few arrows. Because arrows are actually kind of a rarish commodity here. There's only one shop in the game that actually sells them. And it's pretty out of the way.
Yep.
That shop, for those wondering, is the Fire Shield shop just south and west of the Dark World Sanctuary. Map check.
All right, map check.
All 3 of them are crystals. Interesting. So all 3 light gems are required. We could have a jet seed on our hands here. With Turtle Rock and Ice Palace potentially not being required.
Yep, Zebra going to drain the swamp here after picking up 3 bombs.
Meanwhile, we're getting a Sarhasala check. And we now know that Misery Mire is the green pendant. So the flute is not technically required, although... Oh, there's red mail. And ether!
Red mail, ether, and arrows.
And an arrow booster, yes. But like I said, flute may or may not be required. It depends on if they find the book to enter the Desert Palace.
Flute
so
or
isn't a jet seed a soft lock? No, a jet seed is basically a really fast seed. Like, we'll have this done in less than well under 2 hours. Alright,
we got a mini Moldorm cave going, and with the fire rod, it's a lot easier.
Yes, we only had enough for 2 shots, so he's going to be using bomb strats for the rest of this.
Swing and a miss.
Very rarely I have seen these land molas cross the gap between the pits. Or not land molas, Moldorms. Mini dorms. Anyway, let's get some hype here. As you find the Fisher Price shield, a heart piece, 20 rubies, the magic mirror!
Mirror!
That's really good find right there. Meanwhile, Kia picking up the map in Eastern Palace. Not really that helpful.
A sword and a moon pearl, and they have free reign to check a lot of places.
Well, they have to fight Aghanim for it, but yeah.
Fair.
No. The one thing I will never want to learn is the dark rooms of Aghanim Tower, because... No. Just no. I at least know how to potentially do it with the fire rod in tow. But that's it. And we got our first item out of Eastern. Just 20 rubies. Now, Zebra Unicorn has to be a little careful, but not as much as he would be if it was green mail. Those crabs only dealing 1 heart of damage right now.
Yep.
And we're getting a nice red cave check. It's just 20 rubies, so nothing really good there. Kia is approaching the map. I think this is a map chest, either, or is it a compass? I forget.
It's
one of the
those.
vanilla dungeon items. And it has the big key, so...
Yep, so he'll be able to check big chest.
Yes, and with any luck...
The bow will be there.
I highly doubt it. That's where its vanilla location is. But that would be funny. It's the boomerang!
Well, one projectile weapon, I guess.
Yeah, so you can find out what his stun price is, too. Which could help him out. It could be arrows, it could be more money. Meanwhile, Zebra getting their red mail and ether.
And since they got the lamp early, no need to worry about dark rooms.
Nope. Now, these dark rooms are learnable, but they are somewhat difficult.
Without a hammer or a sword to guide by, definitely.
Yes. But if you know how the room layout is, you can pretty much try to memorize it. And this should be a pretty easy damage boost for the Switch. And it's the compass, which means Armos has the last item here, unfortunately.
Which means Bo's required to check it.
Yes, it is.
Zebra.
Bo's absolutely needed to kill the red Igors along the way. And also to get up the tower, so...
Yep.
Bo's one of those must-have items.
Zebra going ahead and heading on into Eastern Palace now.
We already know what's all there, so nothing much to report on. And it looks like Kia is going to check Dam as along with the south side of Tyrol.
If I remember correctly, Dam was 20 rupees. And 3 bombs.
Yeah. So, they're looking... Ideally, they want to be looking for the hammer, the boots. They also want a lift upgrade.
Yeah, gloves to help get around.
They specifically want, however, to find the... If I'm them, I want to find anything but a sword right now. I want to find the hammer. Oh, Kia's actually not going to go to Mini Molder Cave. He might be going to Agana. This could be an interesting play here. He doesn't have the means to enter desert, but he can at least check the desert ledge and Agana's cave. Although it is a bit of a walk to do the desert
ledge. Yeah.
Zebra Unicorn picking up the big key in Eastern Palace. You're getting the Agana check. I decided to talk to him randomly the other day. He actually does have randomized text, I believe. Or that or preset text. I'm not sure yet.
All right, what we got?
It's just 5 rupees.
5 rupees. And he's not going to go with for the ledge check, which would probably be a waste of time.
Yeah, he can't even get to it even if it was something important. He would need the book.
So where do you go from here, Kia?
Given the amount of bombs, I'd probably go up to escape. But it looks like he is going to do the mini Oldham check. Which we know has the mirror, so that's not a bad call. And shout out to Zelda for syncing up the streams here, so we're a little bit more even on where they are. And also to Dark Shadow 69 for being our tracker.
All right.
And there's that rarity right there. You saw that mini Moldorm
crossing over.
Trying to cross over and just doing a little dance right there in the corner. Interesting that there's a fairy drop for their item pool. I don't know what that's normally, so... Meanwhile, they're getting the shield and the mirror.
Zebra's heading back over to Hyrule Castle.
Dude, that's a bit of a risk. Getting that second bomb can help a little bit, though. And the reason why this is a risk is that he cannot, even with those 4 bombs, he'll have a hard time getting all the way down. Because he needs 2 to kill each of the guards along the way.
Well, those were some
Each
good.
of the blue guards along the way. And there is a 3rd red or green guard that blocks his path as well.
Mm-hmm.
So at minimum, he needs 5 bombs. So let's see if there's an item in this first chest that'll help him out. It's the Moon Pearl!
So that's Moon Pearl and Mirror. That's Dark World access as soon as he finds a way in.
And it looks like he's using the boomerang here to stun the guards. We don't know what the stun price is. But that won't matter because that enemy is guaranteed to drop a key.
Yep.
Now, something Zebra could do is fake Clipper up to King Zora, which is entirely a sequence rate right now. All of those items would be unavailable to him for the time being.
Looks like Kia's trying to set up for Fake Flipper as we speak.
Oh, that's... You can only check the floating island and the hobo as it stands. Alright, so Zebra's hoping for a good drop here. Oh, wow! The stun price is 8 bombs!
And that saves his bacon, gets him all the way through.
Oh, but there's a sword!
And sword!
Aghanim is now completely on the table.
He's got sword, he's got cape.
He's got the lamp.
He's got the Moon Pearl and the Mirror. He could go straight to Dark World if he wanted to.
Yes, but the question is, does he want to fight Aghanim? I've seen it before in which the seeds fake you out and you don't actually have to do so.
Yep. Hobo went for 20 rupees. The one bad thing about having red mail right now is the fact that trying to set up a death warp here would take way too long.
Yeah. But there is a fake Clipper strategy, and it looks like Kia got it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite see what was in the Zelda's chest. Looks like it was nothing important.
No, it was rupees.
All right. So Zebra is going to take the back of Escape. This is a smart play. Well, actually, have we seen the map or the key yet?
We saw Big Key.
Well, that's always drops there.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen the small key though? Because there's a door right here in the next room that requires a small key. If it's not in this chest, then the other items are close. Like, oh no! Zebra misclicking and using the mirror.
Switching back to the boomerang to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yes, that was somewhat of a time loss. Meanwhile, Kia
up at Zora
has made it Zora. That extra 20 rubies he got from the hobo gave him enough to see what this item is, and it's just a heart container.
Well, at least it's not a life lesson.
Well, it's a lesson of life.
True.
And I think Kia's going to make the same player eventually. He's probably going to go grind bombs or something. Meanwhile, we are seeing the dark room chest. It's just 5 rubies, which means the other 3 items in Escape are glove locked. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an Aghanim seed, I believe. They can't go anywhere.
Trying to think if there's anything else they can do.
On the logic.
Because don't you need gloves to go up north?
Yeah, you need gloves to go up the mountain. You need gloves to get down here. Aghanim is literally the only location Zebra Unicorn can check. And yes, while there is sequence breaks, the logic is telling them forced Aghanim. And they would need exactly hammer and a lift upgrade at Waterfall Cave for this to not be Aghanim required.
Yep. Zebra picking up a nice full magic up there.
Indeed. And someone's asking where Zebra's going. Zebra's going to check Aghanim to try to assume that this is not Aghanim Seed. They're just smart. They do not want this to actually not be an Aghanim Seed, but it's looking like it's going to be one.
Alright. So there's that, and there's the save quit. Do you head back yet at this point in Zebra?
I think he's going to Aghanim. He realizes it. No, he's being defiant to the end. He's going to try to sequence break. It looks like. Now, he could find a way to check other locations, but bear in mind that Aghanim is required by the logic. We know this right now.
And did Zebra check Hobo already?
Zebra checked Hobo. Zebra did not check Hobo. Zebra did not do the fake flippers.
So still has those two spots. Zebra can check Hobo. Zebra can check Zora.
We already know what Zebra and Hobo are, so it comes down to where if the waterfall cave has something.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes down to the moonwalk.
There you go.
Zebra Unicorn is doing what is seemingly a smart play. And making absolutely sure that this is not a fake out by the seed. But we know it's not. At least, again, not by the logic standards.
Alright. Just let's see. Kia backing out.
Oh, does Zebra not know the fake flipper? Okay, Zebra got it. That's what fake flipper said. It was actually a little easier than it looked. You just need to tap down after going up, rubbing up against the pillar, and then you should get it almost every time.
Really? I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, it's not the hardest thing to set up. Unlike hammer jump, I practiced that a while ago. It took me several attempts.
Oof. Looks like...
And here comes the waterfall check. This is important. If Zebra Unicorn finds any way of progressing here, it's a sequence break. But it is one that will give him an edge.
It looks like Kia's trying to head that direction to do it as well.
It's the ice rod.
Ice rod?
And bombs.
Bombs. Nope,
there's no question now.
You have to do Aga.
You absolutely have to do Aghanim to see. There's no other items available. Because the only item spot they can even get to is the Zora ledge, and they don't have flippers, and it's just a bomb booster, so...
Kia taking a death.
Yes, that was a soft block prevention. Zebra Unicorn is hoping for gloves at King Zora. That's what they're going for right now. We know it's a heart container, unfortunately.
Yep. So... do we sense the salt in the air?
They have their fire rod. This should be a very easy climb up to Ganet, or Aghanim, rather.
Yep, especially with red mail as well.
Yeah, this should not be too difficult at all. And Zebra Unicorn starting to head out. Surprised they didn't fill up their heart containers, but with red mail, these guards should not do too much damage.
Yep.
And Kia will be making the waterfall cave check. Realizing that it is forced Aghanim.
These runners, while they've routed slightly differently through it, they're not that far off from each other.
No, but then again, with how limited the seed is open to them right now, they've covered a lot of ground.
Mm-hmm. That full magic pickup from earlier coming in handy for Zebra.
Yes, it will be. As these guards are vulnerable to the fire rod as well, and are required to be killed. Makes short work of them. Now has to kill these guards. They take 3 hits. Well, 1 hit and a spin for this.
Get you the key to get through.
Yes. So what's nice about Aghanims being required is that they will always have a portal at the castle gate in order to get to the Dark World. What's not nice about it is that the Light World essentially goes into hard mode. The enemies will be more dangerous.
Now, thankfully, with all of the safety they've built up with the early heart containers and the red mail and the early shield, that is a nice trade-off for them.
Yeah, to be honest, the shield's not really that helpful. It only blocks like small projectiles like swords or like arrows and swords. It doesn't even block Zora fireballs. Now there is actually a little bit of a quick kill. Neither player goes for it. It's sort of a variation on the spin strat that I use for the room. I basically just wait for the guards to get up close, and then I just fire a single shot at them. Kills them every time. Both 1 shot, 2 kill.
Yep. Zebra getting a quick key, ignoring the rest of the room, heading up to the 5th floor now.
Yes, there's not much in those dark rooms, and the dark rooms are now done for Zebra Unicorn. But on Kia's part, you can see there is a dark maze, and that is the main reason why you don't do I don't like doing Aghanim, is this maze right here. You would have to learn this dark room maze. And there's not even any like major items to be randomized up here. They have to be all the chests. The 2 chests here have to be keys to let you progress.
Because they came in with this uses the Hyrule Castle key set, right?
No, it's a Aghanim Tower key set.
Oh, they're actually separate, huh?
Yes. And I know this because Key Sandy separates them. And actually, if you have, because of Key Sandy, those chests could be items that you need to collect. So while Aghanim may not be required for your Key Sandy seed, you might want to climb the tower anyway to see if there's items up here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we're gonna have Zebra Unicorn start the Aghanim fight rather. How many blue balls do you think we're gonna get? I'm gonna say 3.
I think Aga's feeling kind today.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, there's 1. Maximum, I believe, is 15 blue balls, and blue balls cannot damage Aghanim at all.
Okay.
He fires 4 shots instead of 4, alternate randomly deciding between the shots you can bounce back and the other ones, and then does this lightning attack. And then the process repeats. The first shot he fires on each one of these cycles, though, is guaranteed to be a reflectable shot. For the other 3, anyone's guess. And there we have another blue ball. And a 3rd.
Let's see if your prediction holds true.
And a 4th. Nope. And you also want to be a little bit careful in this fight because that lightning attack is random. It always goes down to the bottom from the same path, but it goes through the room randomly. Like it's decided on the frame which direction it travels. And we're getting a map check here. Pendants at Thieves Town, Pod and Ice, and Crystals 5 and 6 at Swamp and Turtle Rock. Ooh. So those slivers are actually required to do both of those dungeons and don't get the Fat Fairy. So now that we know all the item distribution, we can start to piece together what can be at pedestal. And right off the bat, we can cross off the bow. Because you need the bow to do Palace of Darkness.
Yep. So...
As well as the hammer, because the hammer is also required for Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, let's see here. So, Misery Mire...
requires the Cane of Samaria, so that's off the table, as well as the flute.
Mm-hmm. And then...
Shot can actually be a pedestal.
Yep, Thieves Town. I think Thieves Town just requires a weapon, and I don't think you... Do you need gloves to do the pull? To get in?
No, you don't need gloves to do the pull. However, there is a block in there that makes routing more convenient. If you don't have gloves, you can just kill all the enemies in the room to go around the long way, though. So gloves are not required. The only thing that's required in there is the big chest having hammer blocks surrounding it.
Yep. Chat's calling for flippers, hookshot, or maybe Turtle Rock Medallion.
Oh yes, the medallions could also be there. Flippers could also be there. And I didn't see what the pyramid item was.
Pyramid item was three.
That's right.
3
Pirate
bombs.
Light is pointing out something here important. Gloves are off the table because Misery Mire is a pendant, and you need the Titan's Mitt to get into the Misery Mire portal.
Ah.
But still, a lot of items to get up there. Get around. Oh, and someone else is pointing out that they don't have enough money to pay Kiki the monkey. They need 110 rubies.
Time to go farm.
Now, something they could do is go see Catfish. No, wait, that has glove box. Never mind.
Yep, glove.
Yeah, they have to go to Palace of Darkness. But I don't think Zebra Unicorn realizes that the leftmost statue in the courtyard of the pyramid is actually a pull spot. And there's that hard mode world coming to play. You now have blue guards out here.
Kia checking the map, figuring out what's what.
And Zebra. Interesting decision here. I don't quite get what he's doing. I think he's trying to get the 4 pull. Trying to get that extra money. Unfortunately, not getting it. Now, both these runners don't have the flippers. So if they wanted to, they could actually do the Chris Houlihan room over by the graveyard.
And that would get them enough.
Yes. Unfortunately, Zebra does not look like they know the trick. So they're going to just grind rubies here. Then they'll get enough from these pots. I think KI, though, is going to do Houlihan. In the name of GT, nothing was missed except for the money to pay Kiki the monkey. Both people pod has progression. And this was 4 Sagan. So let's see if KI is going to do... Alright.
1, 2, 3,
and 4. That
4.
should be enough. Now, I actually know of a little bit more of a consistent setup. Let's see if this one works. It did!
Yep.
225 rubies in this cave. And you can see that already the money grind is in his favor. Now, if you guys want to enter that room, there is a little bit easier setup in which you enter the cave and then jump in the water 3 times and then remove the bush. Enter the cave, leave the cave, rather, I should say.
Yeah, to reset your positioning.
And there are other ways to do the hula hand. Probably one of the most famous ones is the boots method. Just running all around to the hole next to Sanctuary. And then there's also a bomb jump you can do at the gravestone.
Yep. Both runners right now doing a constant high five as they move back towards pod.
Yes. Although KiAliens has a little bit more money, so he can fail Kiki a few more times than Zebra can. Unfortunately, the bird kind of being annoying.
That's what it's there for.
Now, we know that because of the way that it's just sorted out, there has to be a glove upgrade at Palace of Darkness, or the hammer, or something that lets them navigate to the rest of Dark World. So we shall see what that is. Kia making smart use of the boomerang here, stunning it. And we are having a Saint Kiki the Monkey opening up pod.
All right, in we go.
And they're going to go to the left chest first because that's one of the only ones they can get. If this is not a small key, then they are bow locked. But this item should be progression regardless in that situation.
And it is a small key.
So they can move on. Now, there is a minor issue with the dungeon that has recently been discovered. But both these runners are aware of it, so we'll see if that comes into play.
Hopefully not.
For those of you wondering, if there are two small keys on the right side where you need the bow, and the bow or something leading to the bow is on the left in the back, there is the chance you can key lock yourself. And both these runners are aware of it, so they will be taking precautionary measures to prevent that from happening.
Small key for Zebra.
And Kia getting that same small key. I should also point out that in the event that one of them, that if we haven't, I haven't got the details on this yet, but there are considerations for a regame should one of the runners get key locked as a result of this small logic issue.
Yep. Well, it's a good thing we're available all night, right?
Yes. Oh!
Whoa!
Zelda! Stop!
Minor technical difficulties. Please stand by.
And Kia opening that door. All right, it looks like all the keys are in the place, and there's the Master Sword.
Master Sword and pod. We also found 3 bombs from Zebra.
Downstairs, I like that. It's gonna come down to what's in the dark maze.
Now, with any luck, Turtle Rock will be the ether that they already have, and now they have Master Sword, they can use it.
Actually, they didn't need any. They could have used any sword.
I am way too tired.
It's all right. My knowledge in spades is going to help us through.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Power Glove! All
There's
right,
gloves.
They finally have progression. I don't think they have the big key yet, though.
I thought
They do,
Zebra
but it's
had
just
it.
a compass.
It's just the nacho plate. Now gloves opens up
The mountain.
Opens up mountain.
Hera, the mountain. It also opens up the back of the sanctuary, getting those 3 other items. And it also opens up Catfish.
Yep. Oh yeah, since they have mirror, they have access to Hera, right?
So a lot of places just open up just for that one item.
And they're both off to the races to check them.
Yes, I'm surprised Kia's not doing a save quit. Seeing they have slain Aghanim and have the mirror, the save quit will put them on the pyramid all the time now in the Dark World. If neither one of those conditions are met, your save quit will put you in the Light World. So I don't think Kia's that experienced with Forced Aghanim, but I'm not here to judge, I'm here to commentate.
And to laugh maniacally as the runners get trolled.
Well, maybe a little bit. So we are seeing a catfish check from both runners. We shall see what this is.
Okay.
And now that heart piece that that heart container they got from Zora is now on Logic. And Zora,
50 rupees.
that's just $50. Zebra not going to check any more than that. Why is he using the mirror and save quitting so that they can go to Sanctuary, I believe. Yes, that is indeed the play. Is it going to be the mountain first, or is it going to be... It has to be the Sanctuary. The last 3 chests in Dark Sanctuary. There's only one item there that we know it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they haven't found the small key, and they haven't found the map.
The push and fall. Kia also warping back to Sanctuary.
Let's see what this one item is.
Map. Small key.
And just a few more bombs. So the play is to go to Hera now. Because the gloves alone, not much they can do, admittedly.
And since they can get to Hera, they can complete it.
Yes, they can full clear Hera, including the basement, which admittedly even I don't like doing.
Let's see here. They can also, as chat's pointing out, do Old Man Rescue.
Well, that is on the way up to Hera, so that goes without saying. Because the old man is literally in the middle of this at the end of this first cave that Zebra is in right now, and it's completely unavoidable. So we'll see what the old man turns in, and then we'll see what Spectacle Rock has. And then I have no doubts we will see a Hera play. The old man
10
has
arrows.
just some ammo. And it looks like... Yeah, the cabbages were kind of nice to him. And here's another change that Fighting Aghanim does. There's now Tektites up here at the top of the mountain.
Ooh.
And we have the red boomerang on top of Spectacle Rock. And inside, I want to say that was just 300 rubies.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. Pretty quick there.
Now,
Is 10 arrows? 10 arrows.
It was a 10 arrow upgrade? Alright. So you're picking up the red boomerang. It's it's laggier of the two boomerangs, but has more reach, so it has its own uses.
All right, Zebra in Hera now.
The hook shot! Oh, that is a good item to find. That'll let them explore the east side of Death Mountain when they are done here.
Also gives some good Dark World access.
Yes, that gives them access to the rest of the Dark World. And there's the big key. And this is a crystal dungeon, so there is incentive to finish it. Now, if only Trolldorm shared its hookshot weakness with its miniature brethren, that would be amazing.
But then we wouldn't have so much fun in Gan's Tower.
Now, I like what Zebra Unicorn just did there. Zebra activated the crystal switch on their way up. And that sets up to get to some pots here on the second to last floor before Trolldorm. And the reason why that's good is because under each one of those pots is a recovery heart. So instead of falling down infinite floors in one of those pits to go to a fairy fountain,
you can just real quick grab some pots, heal up, and move on with your day.
Yep. And Kia doing the same thing, having that same recognition of all those health. Because even without the green mail, Trolldorm is still kind of annoying. Only taking the one heart. Oh no!
Oh,
Kia falling down. Kia falling down because of the trap bubble.
Trolldorm.
Zero Unicorn.
Going for spin strats on.
Oh no! One of those that third spin actually was a slash, but gets him killed no problem.
Yep.
That's the compass. We have an item in the tile in the basement. So that means we have to wait through the tile when they want to, or they can risk it and move on. Given how starved they are for items, I will not doubt them if they take the.
I would say it's probably best to go ahead and just full clear it and get it out of the way.
And that's exactly what Zebra Unicorn is doing. Oh, KI falling down the center hole. At Trolldorm. That is the worst one to fall in because that sends you down 2 floors. And Zero using
trying to set up the safe spot. Yeah, it looks like they got it. Yes.
Now they have to wait for these 22 tiles to slam into their invincible form.
Yep.
And then they're going to move on to claim the last item. Thankfully, they got early fire sources so that the item is available to them. Oh, and Kia falling again! And again in that middle pit! Oh.
Now, if I were Zebra right now, I'd be looking for the hammer.
It's just a heart piece, but it does give him another heart container.
Yep. And he can mirror back out.
A little bit of frustration pulls there from Kia. And Zebra is having some initiative here, going down to the bottom of the mountain. And we'll hookshot across and go to Paradox Cave. 7 chests there. I personally don't like calling it Paradox Cave, though. I like the term Mountain Hype Cave.
Alright. Kia getting the Moldorm kill.
Finally. After falling twice. And we got 300 rubies and a heart piece in the lower floor. We're about to see what's on the upper floor, guarded by 3 mini-dorms. Now, something they should also do, Zebra should do before leaving the mountain is check the floating island as well as the spiral cave. 50 rubies, 3 bombs. The shovel! 5
Opens.
bombs and 10 arrows. So the
Open.
shovel might lead to progression.
Yep, opens up the
Oh!
dig spot.
Oh! Oh no! Risking not checking Spiral Cave. They're gonna check that dig spot. That's a huge risk, because not only that, they don't know what's on the floating island. And I've had commentated matches in which not checking the floating island cost the runners the race.
Yep. Maybe they're thinking that if they're gonna have to go back up that direction for Turtle Rock anyways, they'll check it then, but even still.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of smart, but I would get that knowledge right now. I think Zebra Unicorn, though, is making a much more lucrative play in going to the Village of Outcasts. With that hookshot in tow. And this works out because as they go around the side, they'll eventually get to where the Flute Kid is, or Stumpy as we call him. And in that instance, they can check the mirror spot. They can mirror in the Haunted Grove, and then check the shovel spot. So this is good routing from Zebra Unicorn, checking the shovel along with everything else in Dark World. And good recognition here as well, knowing how to get through this Stonehenge maze without the boots or the Titan's Mitt. Oh, the greed pays off big time with the Cane of Samaria found.
Which, hookshot, cane...
That is a required item.
Yep.
You cannot enter Turtle Rock without it, and with that, they are a hammer and a glove upgrade away from actually seeing the inside of Turtle Rock. And full clearing it. And that may or may not be a bad call, considering I've had bow and pod several times in this logic.
Which, with Eastern Palace required, that would be quite interesting. Let's see. Can you get the bomb jump?
I think we're seeing a bumper cave check, and it's only 5 bombs. And we are seeing the Spiral Cave check, but it's Kia not checking the floating island. So we do not know what's there. And we are getting an early Skull Woods play from Zebra Unicorn. This seems to be like a really good play in this logic. We just see how it...
Having gotten the Fire Rod early, that will... Let's see, if I'm not mistaken...
Zebra Unicorn can indeed full clear this dungeon.
Yep.
And according to our trackers, Skullwoods is a required dungeon, so...
Yep, it's one of the 5-6.
No, Swamp House is one of the 5-6. This is not just a standard crystal.
Oh. I've got my notes. I need to...
I'm just reading the tracker.
Yep, nope. Sorry, I've got notes. My bad.
It's alright. Kia checking the dig spot right now. It's just some ammo. And good recognition here, knowing that with that Cane of Samaria, Zebra can check this chest right here. The big key chest.
And dodging the Handmaster.
And it's the flippers! So everything they did for Zora is now on sequence. And that also means... with the exception of Hammer, they can enter Swamp. So there is there is a world in which the hammer is in that very first chest in Swamp Palace. Not the one with the key, mind you, but the one right after it. They're also a glove upgrade away.
From Ice Palace, right?
Yes. And Zebra doesn't have the recognition I would think they do. There are some actual hidden pots underneath this bridge that you can lift up and get some shortcuts going on. Meanwhile, Kia trying to navigate this location, and we'll get their King of Samaria for it. Ooh, dodging. Dodging that wall master. And once again, good recognition here. Realizing he doesn't have quite enough magic with just the fire rod, so he's using a mixture of both. And that saves him a little bit of shots for the moth.
Yep.
And we do have confirmation that Kia did get the key. Now, I've seen something kind of really dumb with this in the randomizer. I've seen people get grabbed as they're falling in the pit by that wall master and then sent back to start.
And that is quite the hike.
Yes. But the moth is down pretty easy, and with that, I think the big chest has an item.
It should, and that was an exceptionally clean kill there.
Oh yes, especially considering the spikes. Really well done. And Zebra's probably wishing they had the book right now. They could have mirrored and checked the pedestal.
Yep, and Kia is now heading towards the Skull Woods as well.
And actually, with the hookshot in tow, the only thing that could potentially be at pedestal is the medallion for Turtle Rock, I think. In terms of required items. Because it can't be can't be the flute. And there's the talisman. So they have access to Meyer. And nope, they're hammer away from Turtle Rock. So almost in go mode right just now. I believe the hammer's all they need, and the bow. And Zebra Unicorn is going to start checking the Village of Outcasts. Oh, Dark Shadow's pointing out in the chat that I completely forgot about the flute. You're right. I apologize. And Kia finding the boots at the chess game! Alright! That'll make the rest of his Dark World pretty fast. So, if they find the flute, or the book... Alright, they need bow, hammer, and then either the book, or the flute. And then that's go mode.
Now, they
Depending
do
medallion.
have access into Ice Palace, but they will need the hammer to finish it.
Yes. And just because an item is required does not necessarily mean it's not there. Just so we're clear. Someone is asking what the pedestal message for Boots is. It is literally gotta go fast.
Looks like a fairy in a bottle for Zebra.
Nice. 4 items here to find, so having that is pretty good. Getting hit with a bunny beam. There's the big key.
But no hammer, so no ability to check big chest, correct?
Yes, and without this... And they're just saying... They're just piecing out. These towns not a required dungeon, so... I have seen that play bite people in the proverbial rear before.
Kia having a little difficulty with Mothula here.
And we're gonna see the digging game most likely.
Place your bets now on how many it's going to take.
Seven digs, and it's for the vanilla piece of heart. Well, somewhat vanilla. Zera's checking the Haunted Grove Cave. And finds just 10 arrows. Does not take them. Do not blame them for not taking them. Also, I want to point out something. That landmine there in the light world is not there if you do not fight Aghanim. For some weird reason.
Flute Kid with a 20 rupee.
And we already know what this is, just some more ammo. And where is Zebra going to go after this? I would assume Disappointment Cave, as it's now known. Because for being known as Hype Cave in the past, it has not been hype these last few seeds in version 26.
Well, with the current way this seed's going, you never know.
A fairy in a bottle. 50 rubies, 100 rubies, the swag net, and a heart container.
Well, at least we can get some swag Agastrats.
Yeah. But overall, that was admittedly pretty disappointing cave. Although now the Sick Kid is on the table, and Sick Kid could have something important. Neither player has checked Sick Kid just yet, and I would assume that Zero Unicorn is going to do that now. Nope, actually, strike that. Zebra's gonna check King's Doom first. And very nice recognition there, knowing that you can move the block without bonking. And there's the magic powder, so this routing actually worked out a little bit. Can you now check the magic bat?
We very well might have fetch quest progression.
Well, more important than that, the magic powder combined with red mail makes them pretty much invincible if they keep their magic up. So the use of potions right now is pretty limited. Bonk Cave has the flute!
Incoming Slag Duck.
Incoming Slag Duck indeed, and that is a really good place for the flute considering this routing decision. He's going to head straight there and turn that on. And then he can check into Sick Kid, and then go back into Dark World and get potentially the blacksmith taken care of. So get out your swag ducks or any sort of duck-themed emotes you might have.
This also does give Zebra backdoor access into Desert.
Yes, it does. That flute is technically one of the missing items for the puzzle. That is Go mode. So now you're missing the bow and the hammer. Pending the medallions for Turtle Rock is only Ether. Sick kid only having 20 rubies. And it looks like, yeah, with the gloves, I believe we're getting a hookshot cave check. And a little bit of super speed. Nice.
This has been a fairly linear sea, but it looks like it's finally opening up.
Yes, finally opening up. And KiAliens checking Swag Cave, as we're now going to call it this time. Unfortunately, it looks like Zebra Unicorn missed the block clip there, so they went the long way around. Not too much time lost, but still. And what do we got here in these two chests? A heart piece, which does give him a full container, and the hammer!
And from
That
there, all they need is the bow.
Pending that if Ether is the medallion for Turtle Rock, yes. And at this point, you're up on the mountain already.
You check. You go check.
Alright, he's checking the floating island. Oh, he's checking the medallion first. Oh, it's Balmos. Okay, we are not quite in go mode just yet. And they are checking the island. It's just a heart container. Meanwhile, we're getting blacksmiths over at Kia.
As soon as Zebra finds Bombos, though, he's probably going to head straight for that Turtle Rock.
Yes. But Bombos could be at the pedestal. Just some money so far in the hookshot cave. Yeah, not much paying out in hookshot cave, so unfortunately, not much he can do there. Although with the hammer, Swamp is on the table, and that is a 5/6 crystal. And Zebra finally making the check to Spiral Cave. This was already checked by Kia. I'm not sure, and it was just, I believe, a booster of some kind.
Random medallion pending. Bombos could also be in misery.
That is also true. This medallion is kind of like got the same syndrome as Ice Rod. The only place it can't be is in the dungeon that it requires it. And we are seeing a Meyer check. And the question is, though, with Kia in Thieves Town, does Kia check the back half? It looks like Kia is. We're seeing the Meyer Shed location now. 2 items here. If it's Bow and Bombos, we are in go mode.
Safety cane?
And 20 rubies. I actually like that cane for killing blind. And yes, we are seeing the backside of Thieves Town. This could pay off for Kia. Or cost them a bunch of time. And we are getting also a checkerboard cave check. I don't think we've quite seen the medallion just yet. Zebra has been skirting around it. Just a piece of heart, though.
Since he's already here, he'll also probably get that desert check real quick.
Oh, he's gonna go into desert, no question. Wow, Zebra's absolutely not checking. That's a pretty big gamble. If it's Ether, Bombas could be in there. And I believe with that map bound, there can't be... I missed the item over at the frickin' torch. Torch's compass. Thank you, chat. Singular rupee. And there's the big key. Now we're seeing Kia going over to the Maiden's chest, which is guaranteed to be a key here at this point.
So the question becomes, do you just go ahead and finish the blind fight, or...
At this one I would, because I think they have the map and the compass. So it's a guaranteed item. And we still don't know if a pendant dungeon is required. And there's our pun for the day from Blind.
Quick first phase there.
Yep, moving on to the next phase. Pretty easy. And he has the cape, so any unforeseeable outcomes, he can just protect himself. And there goes Blind.
A very, very clean kill there.
Oh, Blind had his compass, so that means there is an item in the big chest in Thieves Town. Oof, that's harsh.
It is. Zebra does have the hammer, though, so if he decides to turn around and go back...
Well, I think he's not going to take that gamble. And we're getting a Lamb-Molus fight over on Zebra's end. Very nice kill with the fire rod. And gets the fire shield for his reward. I guess those Lamb-Molus were made out of metal secretly.
Kia picking up the lunchbox.
Is Kia going to check the medallion for Ether, or is... Zebra? Oh, wow. Zebra! I think I see what Zebra's doing here, and I don't really like it. He is gambling on pendants not being required at all.
If it pays off, it'll pay off big, but if it doesn't...
Yeah, I would have at least checked to see if Meyer was locked by the same medallion Turtle Rock was, because that means the Bombas couldn't be in there.
But now it looks like Zebra's heading towards Swamp Palace.
Yes, this is the wisest play. And it looks like Kia, with the Titans, that is finally checking in East Dark Death Mountain. They will be getting their hammer soon. And we shall see if they are more comfortable checking Ether, or Meyer, rather. And if you like what you're seeing so far, make sure to give these runners a follow. They are putting on one hell of a show.
And be sure to follow our tracker and our restreamer, as they're both being great help here.
Indeed, as well. So that first chest, I think, was just a arrow booster. Or a bomb booster, one of the other ones. Nothing important.
Right now, we're just looking for Bombos or Bow. Maybe Book.
Ninja Cafe saying there was, might as well take out crystals. While that is true, information is a huge advantage in the randomizer. And not having some information compared might cost him in the end.
I don't believe Bat has been checked yet, has it?
No, it is not. And both runners have the means to do so at this point. They could have even mirrored to check it. Only 20 rubies in this second chest, and an accidental bonk from Zebra Unicorn.
Floating Island's just a heart container.
And Zebra is not checking left side. That's interesting. He hasn't seen the map for compass yet, though, so this is a pretty solid play. He's basically gambling that the left side has those two items.
Should still be 4 items remaining, right?
Yes, just 4 items remaining exactly. RPs and 50 rubies. So far, his gambit is paying off. There's the compass, though, so there is an item on left side. At least one. And Kia picking up their flute. Not going in the direction turned it on just yet. I think they're going to, yeah. They haven't done King's Tomb yet. Meanwhile, we're having a menu boss in the form of Zebra Unicorn.
Going hook, shot, hammer.
Yes, and at this point, I would feel absolutely safe in Zebra Unicorn's position in terms of health. 2 rows of health, red for red tuning, and the powder, along with a fairy for safety. He is absolutely set. He cannot die.
Kia going down to unlock flute.
Having a little bit of issues with the menus there for Zebra. But gets Argus uncorked. Opting for Fire Rod strats here. And only having the map, so left side
2 more items.
Has the big key, an item, and the big chest has the other item. Going left side would have saved him just a little bit of time, I think. Because now he's got to go back in and do this entire segment over again.
Looks like Kia's going and checking big chest in Thief Town.
That's probably the smart play. If he finds the bow there, that is going to be a huge advantage.
Especially since you already have silvers, that'll make clearing bosses really quick.
Yes, Vitreous and Helmosaur King. Although Vitreous was not currently required.
And the Armos Knights.
Yes, the Armor Knights as well. Oh, can't forget about them. Actually, forgot about them during my Key Sandy practice the other day. I went straight up the Turtle Rock and realized, oh, I have 2 crystals left. Who didn't I kill? But yeah, no risk of flooding the key here. And here comes that big chest. What is here? Just 20
rupees.
So Zebra's gamble, at least for Thieves Town, paid off. We'll see if ignoring Meyer paid off in an equal way. Because I have seen Go Mode be 2 items away, and both of them be in Meyer. And one of those 2 Go Mode items was the bow. Oh, never mind, there's the bow!
Zebra has a bow in Swamp Palace.
So it is literally bombos for Go Mode. But the question is, where is bombos? They can be almost anywhere in the game right now. Meanwhile, Kia is checking the magic bat.
What does Bartok the Bat have for us today?
It has bombos!
Oh no!
So
We're in no mode at this point.
yes, we know where all the items are for Go Mode, but both runners have to do it. And you have to assume that Kia is about to go to Swamp Palace. No, they're checking Meyer first. And Zebra's gonna clear dungeons in hopes of finding the bombos. Well, with that one out of the way location left, and we now know that it was Quake at Meyer.
Kia picking up Safety Cane.
So, what do you guys think about this seed?
Honestly, a little linear for my tastes, but it's giving us a lot of insight into how these runners think.
Yes. So, Kia will absolutely full clear Swamp House when Kia gets around to it. The question is, when will Zebra check Magic Bat?
Honestly, I think the higher priority would be just clearing dungeons just due to item density.
And if he does follow that logic, Kia will be in Go Mode relatively quickly. But again, with so many overload locations, I ask again, when will Zebra check Magic Bat? It's gonna be a long time. There is no reason to gamble on Meyer at this stage because we do not know where Quake is. If anything, Kia will most likely head to Swamp after this and then be absolutely set.
Zebra heading into Armos Knights. Silver is just going to clean this up quickly.
Yep, very quickly. Single arrow per Armos. Oh no!
Oh, and there's the Quake.
If Zebra thinks Quake is in assumes Quake is in Mire, that's gonna be a huge time loss for him. He's pulling out the flute. Where is he going?
Heading into Ice Palace.
We know that the Bombos isn't there, but can't deny their gumption. We'll have to have magic, though. They will have to be a little bit careful with their magic usage. They don't have a green potion as a safety.
Yep, and Ice Palace does only have 3 items.
Yeah, Zebra is in full-on dungeon clear mode.
If Zebra lucks out and decides to do an early bat check after this dungeon clear mode, they will be on their way.
I don't think they have a reason to go back to Village of Outcasts, though. That's the thing. Yes, they have Magic Bat. Yes, they have Magic Bat. They have Blacksmiths, but it seems Zebra's prioritizing dungeon checks. Meanwhile, on Lamp Ammos goes down for Kia. And we shall see if they go to Swamp Palace next. We know that's where the bow is. He's swerving to 4. He's going to Swamp Palace.
And with the Swamp Palace full clear, Kia will be in go mode.
The only way Kia won't check left side is if they risk it. Risk not going to left side. That's the only way Kia does not find the bow. But we see him go back into dungeons and full clear him after having the item, so I doubt that will be the case. Only a 5 ruby chest from the freezer room.
Now the question does become, without Bombos, they're going to have to do the Cold Stare fight the hard way.
Yes. Baleem is saying, I don't agree with the Swamp decision, to be fair. Baleem, the bow is on the left side of Swamp Palace, and with that, Kia will be in go mode. We know this because Zebra has already been Ice Palace and has full cleared it. And you are right, Miniature Catfish. Kia does not know it, but Kia will most likely full clear this dungeon.
Zebra getting stuck hookshotting jellyfishes left, right, and center.
Yes. And we're getting the check here on this item here. Just a small key. Carissa, Quake was on Armos, but is not necessary to defeat the seed. Balmos is that Magic Bat. And is required to enter Turtle Rock.
There's the big key for Zebra.
And apparently we did get a green potion in Ice Palace. That'll be helpful for Zebra because they will need every single shot of their Fire Rod to break open Cold Stare. And Kia is checking left side first. Going with the full clear route.
Heart container in the big chest.
And very nice action there for Kia, hitting the switch at the same time as draining the water. Only wastes like a little extra second because of this cutscene stack, but it would do that anyway.
Zebra heading into Cold Stare. Let's see how he does.
Still needs one more shot, so that green potion he's found will come in handy. Near full magic and...
Spin stretch to get him in the corner. Gets a few good hits off.
Oh, but he has to do the last hit without magic. And we have a go mode on KiAliens at 1 hour 38 minutes. Or 31 minutes, rather. I'm sorry. Misspoke there. And I missed what Cold Stare dropped, but he is down on Zebra's end. So,
at this point, Zebra has to start wondering, is Bombos going to be in a pendant dungeon?
Okay, I see what Ki is doing here. Even though Kia is in go mode, Ki is still opening chests, and I have a fairly good reason why, as a runner of this myself, he is looking for Tempered Sword to make his Ganon fight a little bit faster. He is not comfortable with spin and strats on Ganon. That is the only reason I can think of that he would be opening chests despite being in go mode. And he knows it.
Zebra going to go ahead and get the frog.
Also doing Peg Cave, not a bad call. So we have not seen the inside of Turtle Rock yet. There could be a sword there.
I'm personally calling sword on validation chest.
I've seen it happen before. Oh yeah, sword to speed up the Argus fight too would be a nice thing to have, but 2 slashes with each of the Master Sword is fine just as well. And it looks like Zebra Unicorn is getting their Balmos medallion. We will have a go mode on their end as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race.
Oh, more important than that. Zebra's definitively in the lead. Zebra only has to fight Trinex. Meanwhile, Kia's got to fight Armos and Cold Stare along with Trinex. So, Kia's a little couple dungeons behind. He's going to have to put good into high gear here in order to get out ahead.
However, Kia can just quick clear if they give up on looking for that tempered sword.
At this point, I would just assume tempered swords. I would find a sword along the way and just go mode it. You're gonna most likely full clear Turtle Rock. You're gonna have some time to check for the big key in Gannis Tower. I would go mode the remaining dungeons. And just assume that I would find a sword along the way. But
what is Kia doing?
I don't know what Kia's doing. Yeah. Chad is pointing out, Kia might think Pod is a crystal dungeon. We know it's not. Oh my goodness.
That might be GG there.
Yeah, I can't see him coming back from this mistake if he keeps going. He's going to Armos. The Helmsor King, but Helmsor King doesn't have an item. Helmsor King just... What are you doing, Kia?
Either hit the tracker or must not realize they're in go mode.
The only item they're missing is Quake. And we know, though, that it's not required.
Chat just confirmed that was a mislabeled tracker.
Oh no! This is gonna cost him so much time! Oh no! Well, meanwhile, Zebra is in Turtle Rock. I don't know if he's got the big key just yet.
Getting past the chain chumps, finding
Half
out
magic! Alright, that's pretty good. That solves almost all of his issues. Ki finding a not required Helmsor King, even though he thinks it is. I know it's sad, but now I'm finding it funny a little bit. I don't know why. He is about to realize that his tracker is mismarked, and he just wasted a lot of time.
And it was at that moment that KiAliens realized he messed up.
He's like...
I sense a disturbance of the force.
I sense a disturbance to the cats. That moment when you realize, oh, it was the other dungeon on the east side.
This is why we love Randomizer.
Yes, indeed. Interesting strats here from Zebra Unicorn, using the sword instead of the fire rod. That does instantly kill the Pokies. And I highly doubt we'll see a Mimic Cave check at this point. Yep, going straight into the big chest. And actually, with that second small key, Laser Bridge is not required.
If I were Zebra, I'd just say screw it. Just go. You've got everything you need to beat Ganon.
I mean, he's gonna check this chest with our heart container. I think he was also looking for a tempered sword there. He's just checking chests along the way, looking for anything that can help him. Which, again, is smart. And Zebra is coming on Trinex. Meanwhile, Kaya is coming up on Armos Knights. And there's some frustration tugs. I think Kia realizes that their mistake. And finds Quake. Now let's hope he didn't miss Mark.
I would certainly hope not. Otherwise, we might just see 100% clear for the heck of it.
Yes. I think he might double check his map at this point, just to make sure. Releasing the fairy, interesting. Meanwhile, we are having a Trinex fight on the left.
Kia picking up some blue goo.
Was that just fire rod shots on the left on the ice head?
I think there were a few sword shots.
Well, it's 5 spins or 10 slashes here. Any combination of those. Looks like it's going with slashes and luring Trinex pretty well.
Very clean fight.
Yes, Trinex goes down. And, General Kriba, are you aware of a game we like to play here?
Yes, I am. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your favorite game show, Where's the Big Key? Put your number in the chat, guessing 1 through 24. Or if you feel frisky, name the specific chest.
I'm sorry, I have to cut you out there. It's 1 through 22.
I'll smack myself later for that.
Yes, 22 locations where the big key can be. I'm going to say the compass chest, which if you go left side, then right, it is chest 21. If you go right side first, it's chest 6.
As always, I'm going to go with the classic tile room.
Wow, you're even eviler than me.
Given the way this seed's been, I think it fits.
Yes. Although... I think you were mistaken with the exhibition. That's what you got 24 in your head. Because of locations that were not... Because that was the Key Sanity exhibition.
That would probably be it, because that was the last race I fully watched.
Yes, normally there's only 22 item locations, and we have the mushroom. Mushroom cannot lead anything important here, except maybe sword.
Quick right side 2 chests on the left side.
And there was no small key, so there is a forced left side. Now, if they wanted to, they could take this small key here and go right side, what I believe is called the Dark Magician route. Named after, I believe, the person who first did it. It's not a... Oh, there's the big key. It was in chest number 5. Or was that 4? That was 4.
That was 4. And
Close
Dark
to-
Magician is going to Stalfos first.
Yeah, Stalfos first. I'm not fully aware of that. I've never done it before, but yes. Zebra Unicorn is now ascending the tower to Aghanim 2. Meanwhile, Kia is still working through Ice Palace, working to correct their mistake.
However, without some serious bad luck on Zebra's part, I think it might be too little too late.
Yes. I would also like to point out, folks, that you should stay tuned because right after this, these two runners are going to be going at it again. Right here on this very channel.
Chat's asking, how many Ganon falls would it take to catch up at this point?
At this point, probably a lot. More significantly, though, is a death at Aghanim, which is very unlikely, given the fact they have powder.
I'd think it would take glitching and falling through the staircase after killing Ganon at this point.
Yes. Someone is asking, are we going to have different commentators? Yes, we are. We will have Buckshot Boo and Hiei on the mic for you for that Game 2 match. Meanwhile, we're seeing Lambolas 2. Now with a slightly annoying fireball launcher.
Gauntlet's going pretty well so far for Zebra as
Yes.
Kia coming up on Cold Stare.
Still opening chests along the way, looking for any sort of tempered sword. I don't blame him. Meanwhile, we're going to see some nice Cane of Samaria strats here. And the big chest in Ice Palace was the Sanctuary Heart. Nice. Zebra is taking their time here on the fire torch room. This could be good. Meanwhile, Kia is using that bombos to crack open Cold Stare.
Let's see if they can make it quick.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. This is this is a textbook Cold Stare fight at this point. Although out of magic and did not find the green potion, I should say, because they did not take the full route that Zebra did. They do have blue potion though, if they need it. And yeah, right here that's the nail in the coffin. Zebra getting some full health before going to the Troll Dorm 2. So we were going to have a master-only Ganon fight. Interesting.
Troll Dorm staying alive longer than usual.
Yes, one of those hits was a dash, which sent him into this frenzy state. You have to do 3 full spins with the with the Master Sword, and just another heart container there.
Run is validated.
Yes, or as I like to call it, the kill against Troll Dorm 2 is validated. Because that chest stays open, even if you fall back down for some reason. Or die. So here we are beginning Aghanim 2 on this side. That's kind of a strange pattern. Let's see if we can get a triple on it. Not quite.
Picking up the single.
And a nice double there. Oh, nothing there, unfortunately. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Unfortunately, out of position, only gets a single. Got a little too close to Aghanim there, got zapped. That's what happens if you actually try to sword slash Aghanim. And there goes Aghanim 2. And it's time to fight the pig. With the Master Sword in hand, they have to do spin attacks, and they need to do 12 to advance to each individual phase. If they had found Temper Sword at any point, they would need to do 12 sword slashes and Butter Sword 6.
Half magic will help here, though, if they decide to do something crazy like Cape Strat.
Oh, I would not deny the cape coming out at this point. And we're getting a reference I'm not fully right aware of.
That would be In the Flesh by Pink Floyd, I believe.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Surprised that
Positioning down below rather than up above.
yeah, this is a good time to get it in the cape, to get behind him and get some good double spins and double hits with the spin attacks.
Does Zebra have any potions? They might be trying to conserve MP in case they miss March.
They don't have any potions at all. Zebra never visited the potion shop. Only KiAliens did. But Zebra does have fairies. So Zebra is playing this super safe. Oh, gets tagged by a bat.
That's gonna hurt.
Alright, Ganon no longer has his trident, so we are on to phase 3. 4 hits here in this phase, and then one more phase after that. And again, he has to use spin attacks on each of the to make each of these hits count. Oh, that bat almost clouded him. Ooh! Alright, so we're on to phase 4. And yes, we did find light arrows. And Ganon with an instant shot! Oh, that could have hit him. Unfortunately, not getting the torch glitch.
Since they didn't use the Cape Strats earlier, they should easily have plenty of magic here.
Yes. Making sure to turn on silver arrows. That's 1 hit. That's 2. You don't know where the Ganon is. That could be a double. Yes, it is. And down goes the pig for Zebra Unicorn.
And Zebra Unicorn has completed the race with an official time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 9 seconds.
GG to both these runners. They put on one heck of a show. I don't know if we have time for an interview or we're going to go straight to the next race. I will ask them.
Remember, guys, if you like what you're seeing, please be sure to follow both these runners that are playing really well today. So, looking ahead at the next race, do you think Zebra will maybe change some routing decisions based on what they just saw?
Perhaps. I would also think that this race was really good. Just for what they had to do, it was pretty linear. But overall, the decisions were pretty great. And I think this race would have been a lot closer if Kia did not mess up their dungeon tracking. At the end, we are not going to be getting an interview, so we're going to be focused on Kia here as we get there through this as they finish up Turtle Rock. And if we can actually see what the mushroom is here real quick before the credits roll. It was life, which means it was either a heart piece or a heart container. And Kia is checking the laser bridge. And there was Tempered Sword. So Kia will have a faster Ganon fight, but too little too late. We already have our race winner for Game 1. Again, guys, stay tuned. Game 2 will be immediately following this race here on the Link to the Past Randomizer 1.
With any luck, their next seed won't be quite as linear, so they can really show off different routing decisions potentially.
Yes. This really, I think, came down to execution, in which Zebra Unicorn did it slightly better. And again, I also feel that this race would be a lot closer if Kia did not make the mistake with the Palace of Darkness.
Looking back to where the gap initially opened, it was probably right around Tower of Hera with the multiple falls.
Yeah, that also helped. Did not help Kia a lot. The multiple double falls in the pit. But other than that, a pretty solid race on both these runners. Not all seeds can be...
And Pedal's heart.
Pedestal was a broken heart, so that was a heart piece.
Kia getting Trinex down, getting ready to hit into Ganon's tower.
I like, by the way, that if you there's a gold B on the pedestal, it says the B-Torp sleeps again forever. I did a little experiments with the customizer. But Kia is now heading towards Ganon's tower. And an hour and 59 minutes in, Kia is going up into Ganon's tower.
With any luck, they'll do a real quick dip over to the left and find the big key quickly.
And we will soon get the big key over at KiAliens end. I've run out of stuff to say here, to be honest. The seed has run its course on both these runners, and for all intents and purposes, it was a good seed. But linear seeds are just not my cup of tea, really. I like the ones in which there's like huge routing divergences and anything can happen. And it looks like Kia will be finishing this seed, not letting the fact that he knows he's lost deny him a victory over the seed.
And that's always good to see. You got to maintain a positive attitude, especially with another race coming right up.
So Kia's about to enter one of my favorite little tech rooms in the game. Didn't quite mention it beforehand.
Making it cleanly through that.
It's right here, actually. Yep, there it is. You take some damage intentionally, you can dash straight through all those bubble shooters, crystal shooters. So let's talk about what locations we didn't see. We didn't see any of the book at all, so we don't know where the medallions were. What the tablets were, rather. Other than, we don't know where butter was. It was most likely...
Honestly, if we look at what items we're still missing, we were only really missing a book and 2 bottles for a full clear of the... and a butter sword.
Well, we're also... No, we have 1 bottle missing. Because one of them was an ice palace.
Right, Zebra did pick up that green potion.
Our tracker is having a little bit of fun, I'm noticing. Either that or they're resetting the tracker.
I would guess resetting.
I mean, you can just... I mean, don't those trackers just have a right click to refresh?
Not sure, but Kia making quick work of the gauntlet here.
Yep. And on the way to... Actually, the Kia's already done with the gauntlet. Kia's on through the Wizard rooms.
Missing a torch over there on the left, Kia.
Yes. Kia is... now approaching the upper floors. Yeah, Shadow Star Tracker, Dark Shadows was for working on this, and also shoutouts to Zelda, who was our restreamer for this race. I believe both are staying on for the second race, so yeah, real good shots for them to pull double duty here.
Here we go into Troll Dorm 2.
using dash which is pretty smart. Again, unlike with Master Sword, you do not need to do spin attacks, and you don't have the risk of running Frenzy unless you poke him. And the Troll Alarm kill has been validated on Kia's part. And now it's time for Kia to fight Dragon 2. Let's see how he fares with the patterns we've seen. The runners get the same patterns, I should have mentioned. And that was a double hit, most likely. This one's a little awkward, but gets it. And Dragon 2 is down for Kia, trying to take out the Ganon Bat, but it's time for him to fight the pig. Now, I should point out that the next race will not be starting right away, folks. It will be our racers will have a little bit of a break period before then, which also gives us time to set up the next set, get the next commentators ready and raring to go. But a nice, clean Ganon fight so far from Kia.
Oh, took a bat there.
Yeah. And getting caught in the shield there a little bit. Does have the cape if things get a little dicey.
Do they still have a fairy?
They got rid of their fairy. But they do have a potion. But this phase, Ganon should not damage them too much. And you can just see just how much faster this Ganon fight was with the Temper Sword compared to Master Sword. That's how big of a difference that would have been. And this might be a setup for... No, not quite. It actually damaged Ganon there instead of stunning him.
There's a double.
And this will be it. The pig is down in Kia. And they will cross through the door momentarily.
GG KiAliens. We have a official time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 24 seconds. GG to all runners.
And I just like to point out once again, we got to give an extra shout out to Kia here. Despite having lost the seed, they decided to stick through it and finish it for you guys. So that just shows the resolve Kia has, not letting them get discouraged by the fact that they had a really bad time with the seed.
And with that, Zebra Unicorn pulls ahead 1-0 in this best of 3 series.
Yes,
Race
indeed.
2 will be coming up shortly. Please stay tuned.
Yes. From Cannonball Karibo, here is my co-commentator. I have been 70, and we shall see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Next up, we will have the second race with Zebra Unicorn and KiAliens, commentated by Buckshot Boo and Hiei. Please stand by.